Hello, everyone. Hello. I'm Sheldon Barlett Rumor, and this is it. Welcome back to This Is It TV. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful morning. Happy Monday to you. This is episode number, all right, look at the calendar, 187, and coming to you, from the comfort of my home. I don't know where you guys are or what you guys are up to. Hopefully you guys are safe at home as we broadcast live each and every day, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern, to provide you with a little bit of a morning message, just something to keep you inspired so you can stay motivated. This Is It Network is your global digital TV network connecting remarkable women to inspire stories. And I do that each and every day. How are you guys? Good to see you. Hello. What I did this weekend, hi guys. Hey, how are you? If you pop in to see me, please say hello. There's nothing more important, at least in my opinion, than being seen and being heard. So I'd love to see and hear you if I can at all in any way possible. Today is a little bit of a rainy day. Good morning, Lisa. How are you? A little bit of a rainy day outside, but over the weekend, good morning, Carol. How are you? Good to see you. Over the weekend, on these rainy days, we tend to feel, good morning, Dana, how are you? On these rainy days, we tend to feel a little bit like, supposedly snow's coming on the East Coast, at least in the tri-state area. I'm based physically in New Jersey, and I know a lot of you are in the East Coast area. Though I do get some early risers on the West Coast, but it's been kind of gloomy. And so oftentimes when it's gloomy outside, I don't know, I like to work in the rain, not physically in the rain, but there's some peace in rain. There's some peace in when it's kind of stormy outside or a little gray. I would like to warm up with a cup of coffee and then get some stuff done. I know, Dana, it's supposed to snow, New York, Philadelphia, Delaware, southern New Jersey, North Jersey, of course. It's supposed to be kind of nasty. And what tends to happen is we get nasty, right? We don't really feel all that wet, that good. For those of you that are in warm weather areas, everybody just seems to be just able to navigate a little slower. I tend to have more smiles on our face, that kind of East Coast culture, a little bit aggressive. Maybe that's because of the changing seasons. But regardless of that, I know that it's hard because a lot of you are safe at home right now and contemplating whatever it is that you're looking to do for the holidays. And we're not necessarily in the celebration mood. We're not necessarily looking to celebrate as widely or as aggressively as we did in the past. And I want you to celebrate the little things. This weekend, I spent some time celebrating some little things, some little victories as I kind of looked over on the growth and development of what it is that I've been doing over this time. As I looked at what it is that I was able to create, what it is that I continue to do, I was sat in it for a little bit, I sat in myself to celebrate the little things that I was able to accomplish. And so often we don't do that. We don't give ourselves permission to celebrate the little things because we're so fixated on what the big things are going to be. We're so fixated on what we need and what needs to happen that we're not celebrating those tiny victories that we have along the way. And I don't necessarily think you need to create a parade for sending out an email blast. That's not what I'm saying. But I do think if you haven't sent an email blast and you send one out today, congratulate yourself. Congratulate yourself on what it is that you're doing. Congratulate and celebrate a little bit more of what it is that you're looking to accomplish. We don't have time on this place or otherwise to be able to sit in the sadness of the weather or the sadness of things outside of our control. So one of the things that I do like to do is I do like to celebrate the little things. I was one of those people that was constantly disappointed with myself. A lot of people would be like, oh my gosh, she's doing it, she's killing it. And I was a little messy. And I wasn't necessarily as proud of myself as I should have been. And I think that the decisions that I made, the negative decisions that I made, the bad decisions that I made, were because I wasn't sitting in what it is that I was doing correctly. I was sitting in, let me see if it got to, I was sitting in what it is that I hadn't done, or the things that I didn't do well, or the things that were of difficulty to me. And I think that more often than not, we need to be able to find out what we're doing well and celebrate the little things that we've been able to accomplish. And when I began doing that, and when I began leaning on the sunnier side of things, when I began looking at the things that I've done as opposed to dwelling on things that I hadn't done, things began to change for me. Not that everything went right, stuff still was wrong. And things still, happened that I didn't expect. And I can't lie, I still sometimes make bad decisions. But it is about the perspective that I bring to the table and my ability to step into the celebrations of my life, the smaller things, and celebrating what I have been able to accomplish. I'm an accomplished person. But I could have told you even last year I wouldn't have never said that. I would have never said that. Oh, I'm getting there. I have a really close friend, and he always asks, he's like, how you doing? And I'm like, I always say, I'm trying. And he looked at me one day and he was just like, when we were able to look at each other, oh my goodness, years ago. And he was just like, you got to stop saying you're trying when you are actually doing. Sheldon, you are doing. What more do you need in order to say that you are doing this? Now, what more do you need to be able to say that you are doing what it is that you are doing? You are doing it. And you should be proud of where it is that you are. You won't be able to move forward until you celebrate where you are. I truly believe that. I won't be able to move forward and gain more if I never believe that I have what I have today. Right? You got to build the blocks on top of each other. It can't just be a floating shelf, in essence, right? It has to be one step after one step after one step. And every time you get to that step, you must congratulate yourself. You must celebrate each step of the way. You're not going to jump, right? My kids were playing Mario Brothers with my husband this weekend, and it was just like kind of like one of those things. You're not just going to jump onto the top. You have to build it from the space, but you have to celebrate each and every stage. You have to feel it, right? Knowing that you want more, knowing that you're not going to necessarily make the decisions that you made, the harder decisions, the bad decisions. The story is all in play so you can review it. But you're just not going to skip over all of the different steps. You got to be able to sit on the step for a minute. You got to be able to look at it, and I want you to celebrate each and every stage. That's right, Dana, the building blocks. And listen, it's not going to be perfect, and the house may be a little crooked, and the building blocks may be wavering, but we have to be able to stand where we stand and look at what it is that we have built and at least celebrate. It will be impossible for you to take whatever it is that you're doing to the next level if you don't sit and celebrate what it is that you've already been able to accomplish. I can comfortably say, and no regret as it relates to conceit, that I have accomplished a lot. In hopes that I will continue to accomplish a lot, in hopes that I will continue to enjoy the journey that I have chosen to create for myself. I will continue to celebrate my accomplishments, regardless of whether or not anyone celebrates them on my behalf. That was a thing too, right? We were waiting for applause. We were waiting for somebody else to say that what you have done is correct or what you have done is pleasing or worth celebrating. We were waiting for the applause of others instead of creating that standing ovation for ourselves. And I think that becomes part of it, right? We become focused on waiting. Does the public think I'm doing right? Do I think I'm doing right? Or am I, and we don't believe we are doing what we need to do because we're waiting for validation. And don't get me wrong, I need for you all, my community, the people who follow Fan and like everything that I got going on, I need for you to believe in what it is that I'm doing. And I need to be in your favor. I'm not saying that I don't. But there are things behind the scenes that all of us are doing that people don't see. The navigation that we're moving. Good morning, Holly Joe. The navigation that we are moving. The space that we are participating in. People, very rarely do people see what it takes in order for us to show up on Instagram or show up on Facebook, put on the makeup. No one knows what's happening in the background in which we've accomplished in order for us to reward ourselves with a standing ovation. But if we wait for the applause to come and are disappointed and therefore react based on the lack of that applause, we will cement ourselves where we stand. So I need you to begin to celebrate the small things. And as you go and complete December and lean into, my darlings, lean into 2021, it should be a celebration. You should be celebrating at least one thing per day. Small things. I'm not asking, you didn't have to invent anything. You didn't have to start a new revolution or launch a new product in order for you to celebrate who it is that you are or what it is that you did. Did you send out an email? Did you finally reach out to that person? Did you follow a friend and like somebody within your space? It's time for you to really focus on what it is that you are doing well and celebrate the journey that you are on. Right? It's as simple, one of my many analogies, but again, if this is a journey, don't you want to enjoy the trip? Do you want to enjoy the scenery? Look at it. For you crazy people who love road trips, love to sit in that car, don't you want to enjoy the view? And even if it is bumpy and the weather is rough, when you stop at that rest stop, appreciate it. How far you come, knowing that you only have X amount left to go. Just be in a space where you enjoy what it is that you're doing. This is a choice. And a lot of us don't have choices, right? Us entrepreneurs, we're fools. We leave our 40-hour-a-week job to work 80 hours a week. We leave it in hopes that on the other end of what it is that we're doing is going to make us happy, is going to create some joy, is going to bring us some peace. So where it is that you stand right now, I want you to remember or think of something that you can celebrate, something you've done. Even if it's, oh my goodness, I took a break. Oh my goodness, I sat down. I ate lunch by myself. I was able to stop and watch the rain. I gave myself permission to pause, and I was okay being okay just for that moment. And that alone is worth celebrating. I want you to think about the small things in which you can celebrate. I want you to give yourself a round of applause for the simplicity of the things in which you've been able to accomplish. And I want you to utilize that to move forward in an amazing way. I want you to no longer whisper your wishes. I want all of you to scream your dream. I come to you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock Eastern in hopes that you all find your voice and gain the ability to tell your stories. I'm Sheldon Bartlett Rumor, and this is it. This is It Network is your global digital TV network, connecting remarkable women to inspiring stories. For more information, log on to thisisItTV.com and follow, fan, and like us everywhere you find at This Is It TV. I will see you all tomorrow at 11 o'clock Eastern. If you need me for anything, please let me know. I'd love to be able to help you not only in finding your voice, but keeping you motivated each and every day. We are always accepting new members of our Scream Your Dream community. It's only $49 a month. The information can be found within the post. We meet twice a week, an event monthly, and it's so super fun. So I look forward to seeing you all there. And until then, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.